Ractopamine is an animal feed additive used to promote leanness and increase food conversion efficiency in farmed animals in some countries, but banned in others. Pharmacologically, it is a phenol-based TAAR1 agonist and beta-adrenoreceptor agonist that stimulates beta-1 and beta-2 adrenergic receptors. It is most commonly administered to animals for meat production as ractopamine hydrochloride. It is the active ingredient in products marketed in the US as Paylean for swine, Optiflex for cattle, and Topmax for turkeys. It was developed by Elanco Animal Health, a division of Eli Lilly and Company. As of 2014, the use of ractopamine was banned in 160 countries, including the European Union, China and Russia, while 27 other countries, such as Japan, the United States, South Korea, and New Zealand have deemed meat from livestock-fed ractopamine safe for human consumption. Commercial ractopamine is a mixture of all four possible stereoisomers. It is also a positional isomer of dobutamine, a related drug. When used as a food additive, ractopamine added to feed can be distributed by the blood to the muscle tissues, where it serves as a full agonist to murine TAAR1. It is also an agonist to beta-adrenergic receptors. A cascade of events will then be initiated to increase protein synthesis, which results in increased muscle fiber size. Ractopamine is known to increase the rate of weight gain, improve feed efficiency, and increase carcass leanness in finishing swine. Its use in finishing swine yields about 3 kilograms of additional lean pork and improves feed efficiency by 10%. In cattle, on the 28th of January 2004, Elanco Animal Health made Optiflex commercially available in the US. Optiflex is a medicated feed additive that is labeled only for use in steers or market heifers during the last 28 to 42 days on feed. On the 6th of July 2012, the International Reference Standard Codex Alimentarius Commission narrowly approved the adoption of a maximum residue limit of 10 parts per billion for muscle cuts of beef and pork. Setting any limit was a controversial move. Countries with major meat export markets had been lobbying for the establishment of such a standard for several years to use it as leverage to erode individual national level bans in World Trade Organization disputes. Consumers International, a world federation of consumer groups that represents 220 consumer organizations in 115 countries, strongly opposed the move. Ractopamine use in food animals is banned in over 160 countries. Ractopamine has not been allowed in the European Union, based on the 2009 EU's Food Safety Authority's opinion on its safety evaluation, which concluded that available data were insufficient to derive a maximum residue limit as a safe residue level for human consumption. The uncertainty was particularly great for people who might be thought to be more susceptible than most to an increase in beta-adrenergic stimulation from consuming the additive, such as children or people with cardiovascular disease, and that simply increasing the uncertainty factor built into the calculation as a safety factor would rapidly become arbitrary. Ractopamine use as a feed additive is authorized in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. In the US, ractopamine is allowed to be used at a feed concentration of 5 to 20 milligrams per kilogram feed for finishing pigs and in dosages of 5 to 10 milligrams per kilogram feed for finishing pigs heavier than 109 kilogram. The maximum residue limit for ractopamine for meat in the USA is 50 parts per billion, or 5 times the standard set by the Codex Alimentarius. Ractopamine was approved by the FDA in 1999 for use in swine, in 2003 for use in cattle, and in 2008 for use in turkeys. In 2015, the USDA approved of a new label, No Ractopamine, a beta-agonist growth promotant, to be used. The CFIA maintains the Canadian Ractopamine-free pork certification program so that Canadian exports to Asian countries are not disallowed by their authorities. Hundreds of commercial feed facilities, including some from overseas, are enrolled in the CRFPCP, a program that is essentially based on self-certification and backed up by a randomized testing policy. Currently, The label for USDA organic means no synthetic compounds can be used other than those on the list of allowed synthetics. Therefore, ractopamine would not be allowed in certified organic production for Canadian domestic consumption of non-CRFPCP pork. Ractopamine hydrochloride is permitted to be sold over the counter with applications in meal or pellet feed for finishing barrows and gilts. The withdrawal period was set to 0 days. Japan, which had permitted its feed additive use at least until 2009. And South Korea only allow import of meat with ractopamine residues up to the maximum residue limit, but do not permit its use in beef production. In October 2006, Taiwan banned ractopamine along with other beta-adrenergic agonists. In a 2012 climb down, its legislature passed amendments to its act governing food sanitation, authorizing Govern.